pick, counter pick coming in from the side of Mysterious Monkeys, now on the blue side, but bans so far remaining the same. Tom, Ken?
Yeah. Should just do the same, you know, ban Rek'Sai, ban Zac if you feel like that is still the best if you are Fnatic. Like, you don't need to change a whole lot when you already won the game. You see the same 2 bans against Soaz on the side of Mysterious Monkeys. Obviously, Thresh is that go-to first pick for both Dreams and Jesses. They do take away the
ban
Rakan.
comes out.
Not due to, I feel like, the performance from Dreams, but more maybe the potential risk of playing against the Xayah-Rakan
due to
combo.
the threat. Don't want to have them first pick that Rakan and then be forced to take a Xayah. A little unfortunate the way that could unfold. But that does set Mysterious Monkeys up for a first pick Thresh if they want it. Kennen ban now comes out. Means we're going to have to see something else from Rekkles.
I mean, he still plays Tristana and Twitch all the time, so there are 2 other go-to picks from him. We also know the guy can play other champions. Like, he could pick Kalista.
Just because we haven't seen it in a long time doesn't mean it's not possible.
Exactly. Now, Zac is still open.
Could be a Vayne.
Fnatic normally likes to ban the Zac, but they don't actually ban the Zac this time around. And I heard your Vayne point. Maybe we get a Vayne.
You're trying to ignore me, I know. Well, here's the question. I like the play coming from Fnatic. Take away.
Give Zac, take Thresh.
Exactly. Put them in that position where, all right, now you got to choose your power picks. Do you want the Zac? Do you want the Thresh? Interesting to see them hovering the Thresh here.
I think if you're Mysterious Monkeys, you also want to see if Broxah wants to play the Zac, because he's not shown it yet. He's played only Elise, Kha'Zix, Lee Sin, and then 1 Ivern game.
Lee Sin, Broxah, he's played a lot of different stuff.
A lot of Broxah picks right there. Ivern has then been the other one for him, but Kha'Zix has been his go-to pick right now when we've seen normally Elise being banned, but Elise is also left open in this game, so a lot of things that are normally considered ban-worthy are being left up.
Interesting to see, and not very often we see a game with this much in terms of high priority bans making it through. A lot of specific focus bans, the Kennen, specifically the Rakan, the Fiora coming out.
There's one of the other Rekkles picks, Tristana, coming in very early on, but Mysterious Monkeys, they're basically just calling Fnatic's bluff and saying like, no, we're not going to first pick Zac and give you Thresh. So we're going to take that champion for ourselves. That is our preferred one. We know Amazing wants to play Rek'Sai. It was banned in the last game by Fnatic, so we might actually have a game with no Zac at all.
I'm waiting.
You can still just go Zac and it's perfectly fine.
Oh, it's classic Amazing. Rek'Sai, when it's up, he takes it. Very different than the last time we saw him playing it on stage, but of course, more powerful in a lot of those situations. And now the Kalista Thresh as well, an incredibly strong bot lane on the bottom side for Mysterious Monkeys.
Fnatic, they have liked to pick mid laner here and ban 2 counter picks away, being it a Syndra, being it a LeBlanc as some of the go-to choices. Corki as well is available, so still a lot of the normal comfort picks for Fnatic, but it's been a while since we've seen the Tristana, because it's actually been Kennen like 7 or 8 games in a row from Rekkles before he got banned away. And ooh, we get a Blitzcrank.
All right, I love this meta. We have Kalista Thresh versus Tristana Blitzcrank in the bottom lane, and none of that sounds crazy to me. I'm like, yeah, this seems like a reasonable pick and ban phase.
Seems like a very standard EU LCS game right here on your screen. Also, no Zac being picked. That is still a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Renekton being banned away against Kikis. Last time, we also saw the Fiora ban, but that is already gone. Fnatic removed it instantly.
Trying to ban away the safer blind picks in this scenario. Maybe hoping to save Soaz that last pick, counter pick, although it could also go to Caps. Right now, the mid lane, the focus for Mysterious Monkeys, may just ban out the Corki again, as they did in Game 1.
I just feel like there is still enough blind pick mids that you can safely say, let's last pick for Soaz. But with Gragas available this time around, that might just be his lock-in if they want to save that for Caps. Syndra, obviously still being up, means that we might see the Cosq Katarina. Fizz is another counter pick possible. Cassiopeia being banned away does signal to me we are looking towards something like a Corki coming in as a potential blind pick.
Who's going to get the blind pick, though? Is it going to be Caps? Is it going to be Soaz?
Mysterious Monkeys can just ban the Corki here if they want to. And then it's about the Syndra all of a sudden.
And it's interesting to see how quickly this will change. And Fnatic, of course, are they comfortable setting him up for that Katarina pick? Taking that risk where if you fumble once and let the Katarina snowball, games can get out of control. But we'll find out now. Final ban will be the Corki as predicted. It looks like Fnatic may just be content to lock in the other one.
Yeah, if you have 2 choices and to ban one of them, you can still lock in the only one left up for you, and that means you can actually counterpick for Source, which I quite like against Kikis, who is of course a man who wants to try to win that side, and with things like the Aatrox, as we saw before, Akali as well, is something we have seen from him. He likes to play these split-pushing carries, and now he needs to blind pick it. Rumble is still a safe enough blind pick that you can go for it, but it's not your big split pusher. Then you opt into pure team fighting.
And really, what do Mysterious Monkeys need right now?
There's the Katarina we talked about. Yep. This is again a standard LCS draft.
CosQ special. Not a lot of people comfortable playing this on stage so consistently, but CosQ definitely one of them. Likes the matchup into Syndra, happy to dodge out on a lot of those skill shots.
Just gonna say, I love Blitzcrank against Katarina as well. Like, you have so many forms to stop him or stop her. Now, of course, blind pick 4 kickers. It is the Jarvan coming in, so it means for Soaz that he can
pick the Aatrox. I agree.
Pick the Aatrox. Yes, that's exactly where we're going with this. He can definitely pick a carry top and just see if he can actually get to 1 full item and then beat out the Jarvan 1v1.
All right.
Actually wins the matchup, just saying.
Looks like it will be the Camille, though, taking their time really to sort out what the best option is, both for the composition and for Soaz himself. It will be the Camille on the top side of the map. Saw some buffs this patch. Nothing major, but a little bit more damage on the second proc of the Precision Protocol. Could be enough to win the top lane match. But now we have 2 very different compositions to what we saw in Game 1.
I mean, to add on to your Camille point, I like the passive change as well. 4 seconds removed in terms of the cooldown early. Can be useful against a champion like Jarvan, who, again, is based around like that all-in burst. But if you are Fnatic, well, there are some new, or not new faces, but not your Ken and Shen, as we've seen so many times. A lot of these picks are still the very standard comfort from them. We've seen a lot of Syndra from Caps. We know Tristana is one of the go-to picks for Reckless. It's only really Jessis on Blitzcrank showing something new in this game.
I see playmakers have been very good for Jesus. This meta favoring him in so many ways, setting up the Fnatic bot lane for success. But when we look at both of these lineups, bot lane once again poised to be quite explosive. Thresh Kalista can be incredibly aggressive early game. We have the gank potential coming in from Amazing, and I feel like a lot of this is going to come down to the early game.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I like right now. I actually feel like every single lane, there's some snowball potential. Like, you can actually get away with playing around every single lane right now. Top lane, if you get your carry ahead, he can take over the lane. Mid lane, you got a Katarina. You have to play around the Katarina a bit, otherwise she's just too weak. And bot lane as well, as you just highlighted. Hook City everywhere, like, as a jungler, this is almost heaven. No matter where you go, you can get a kill.
And Brox has to be feeling good. He got his comfort pick. Amazing got his hands on comfort as well. So we're going to see what the junglers can do in this matchup, because it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for Game 2. Fnatic already won up Monkeys. Will they find their first win here? We're going to find out. Starting out on the blue side, up against Fnatic on the red. And I think it's safe to say, short of some solo lane outplays, it's all eyes on the junglers in this game too.
I mean, definitely. And also, we got to look at CosQ and Katarina. Like, every time you see something like this, you have to just pay attention to it, because what he wants to do is, after level 6, he wants to just try and jump aggressively onto Caps like, as often as possible. But you can only do that if you know where the jungler is, you know where the support is. Like, you can't just blindly go for it. So suddenly the map pressure becomes very important, but he plays it aggressively. I've seen CosQ get ahead and do well. Yeah, and I've seen CosQ fall behind and not do too well.
2 shades of CosQ. And of course, interesting to see what he can do in this lineup as well. The ward now comes in on the jungle. A little bit of early information there.
There we go. Katarina pick paying off, sneaking in. Also, I think the highlight is that Caps obviously knew this could happen when he blind picked the Syndra. We said it as well, like this is where CosQ likes to show his Katarina. And Caps, when Katarina was reworked, was spamming her in solo queue and showing some absolutely insane plays just before the LCS started. So he obviously will know this matchup. He will know exactly what CosQ can do. One thing you guys need to look for is when these daggers are lying on the ground after you like throw the Q at the Syndra. A lot of mid laners, they will then not just like run back towards the tower. They start like stepping forward in the lane or sideways in the lane, because all you really want to do early game is dodge around those daggers' AoE damage when Katarina jumps to the dagger. Because that's where all her early game damage comes from. If you just dodge that AoE damage, well, then suddenly you actually win the trades.
Yeah, I just don't want to set her up for those resets in so many circumstances. Mentioned the junglers, we talked about the mid lane. I want to look bot briefly, because Reckless, we know that Tristana is a good pick for him, but up until this point, it's been an 8-game Kennen streak for him overall. Of course, this is now his 11th game, or more on stage, rather. 6th series.
But honestly, Tristana, Kennen, what's the difference? You build the same anyway if you're Reckless. There's a Frozen Mallet in there.
There's a Blade of the Rune King,
There's
maybe?
a Blade of the Rune. There's probably
Hurricane.
Yeah, why,
Hurricane.
Yeah, why not? It's actually funny enough, now that we did make fun of it, but one of the few champs we has not built Hurricane every single time is Tristana. We have seen the PD come in instead. And it's still played like kind of the same style. He's still in the side lane split pushing, even on Tristana.
And to be fair, may make sense in this game where you want a little bit more dueling potential up against an aggressive mid-game pick like the Kalista, like the Katarina. Lots of damage in both those champions picks. So we'll see what he decides to opt for this time around, if he will even be in a position where he needs to worry about taking damage.
Would like to see Dreams ward a little bit further to the right so you can actually spot the Grump if it was in action or not. They do know, of course, that Broxy took the blue buff. Now Broxy is actually sneaking his way to the bottom side. Question is if they think he might have been on top side.
Leap forward, rocket jump, chain CC coming in. Hook, Dreams now in trouble. Leap forward, swap forms, gonna look for the Cocoon here in a second on the side of Brox, but lots of damage down onto Reckless. He's gonna back off. Is he getting too greedy to step forward? Yuki's still alive. TP coming in on the bottom side. Jesus is overstayed. Where's the Rend at? It looks like this is gonna be first blood for the Monkeys, and that's the turnaround.
All right, Kick is TPing into the bottom lane after Fnatic were chasing for that kill. Reckless couldn't follow. This does mean Kickis, of course, will have to surrender quite a lot of CS on the top side, and he will probably fall a bit behind in experience, but he joins his bottom lane and makes sure they get some assists, at least. And Mysterious Monkeys get that first blood.
And the fact that he grabs the kill means he's not going to lose quite as much as he may have on the TP play, but Soaz now could have lane priority. His teleport's still up and available if he walks this one more time.
So it's Brox obviously was on that Grump. He goes with the blast going down. Never mind, something's gonna happen.
Kill going down in the mid lane. Cosq.
Look at the dodges away from the dagger.
Dagger. May get picked up here. Where's Jesus? Where's the hook? Caps. Barely makes it out there, but Cosq showing a steady hand in this matchup, but dishing out a ton of damage here. They know the jungler wasn't there. He got to go all in.
And we're gonna have such a fun game because this game is literally built around just pure action. Like when you play things like Katarina, you never just sit and look around. You always try and fight. Like that's the main reason you pick this champion. It's the only value she brings is fighting and killing people.
Well, it's definitely going to be fights that need to favor the Mysterious Monkeys because when we take a look, they're at 9 losses so far this split. 2 longest losing streaks in EU LCS history. Origin, we saw this most recent spring, and of course Dragonborns way back in the day. Mysterious Monkeys and to a certain degree NIP both on their way there. We'll have to see if either of those teams can break the streak earlier in the season.
Yeah, we've seen some games where it felt like Mysterious Monkeys had actually the tools to win, but then couldn't execute and they ended up losing anyway. A game like this where they get first blood on bottom lane, they're winning in terms of CS with the Kalista Thresh. They have Cosq on his comfort pick in the mid lane. Is it gonna be it, Dracos? Is it gonna be a Katarina win?
I think it would make Cosq very happy. I think it would make maybe the pick ban for Mysterious Monkey, whoever's doing the pick ban for Mysterious Monkey, a little sad when Cosq goes, hey, but remember that game where I won? We should pick it every time.
He will.
He wants the opportunity. Things going decent for the Fnatic bot lane despite the early deficit they've now suffered. Reckless doing what he can to catch up in CS, but a nice advantage early on for Yuki. Backing and getting the boots too could be a big help in such an aggressive bot lane. And he can spam and laugh. He knows he's pretty comfortable in this matchup until Camille gets a few items under the belt, so he's happy to be dominant.
Also love the skin choice. You gotta run the Fnatic Java when you play Fnatic. Shout out to old Cyanide, wherever he's sitting right now.
I didn't even notice that. It's a little BM. I like it though.
Or is it respect?
Is it? Is it?
Who knows? Maybe it's just a shout out again, just to Cyanide
if
alone.
I put your clothes on when I hit you, is that respect?
I would respect you more. I don't know why you're hitting me in the first place.
I don't know why he's hitting
I don't know why you're wearing my stuff either.
I'm saying I feel like we've reached a conclusion here, but of course not going to be all about the top lane or the skin choice. One kind of point that was hugely deciding in the early game last time around was the jungle matchup.
And now Amazing is near the top lane. You have ulti from Kikis.
Flag drag forward, Amazing on the way in, no level 6. Flash gonna miss out. Now Hextech Ultimate will block a little bit of damage. That was clean. The outplay from Soaz, the Prey Seeker, not enough. Unless Amazing hits level 6 in the next couple of seconds, that's gonna be the clean escape from Soaz. What an outplay.
That was so well played by Soaz. Like the stun into flash away, then he uses ulti as well, and Kikis actually ends up using his ulti, and Amazing is on the other side. So he couldn't re-enter and obviously take down. So we got to see the replay of that one.
That was just beautiful use of the Hextech Ultimatum. For those of you unfamiliar, you're untargetable during the animation, blocks so much damage with it.
All right, so Kiki is actually with a very nice setup. Knock up into Amazing's, flash in. Okay, so Source dodges the, of course, the flash knock up there from Amazing, and then it means Amazing is just too far away to actually get inside the Jarvan ulti.
Blocking the single auto makes all the difference, and Now it's looking like a good start for Soaz on the top side. He said Kickers was going to be dominant.
Look at the hair, man, getting all out of control as well, and his top lane play has been looking very good lately.
This is Soaz unleashed. I don't think you understand.
I mean, this has actually been a super good split for Soaz. Like, there was so much criticism for him last year, but this split, he's been stepping up big time. And I even see a lot of people suddenly talk about him as, you know, the best performing top laner in Europe.
And it's definitely a tough contest. A lot of talented top laners. Essentially Kickus included, although right now he's getting the bad end of this bargain.
And we know with Jarvan, when he starts falling a bit behind, it gets really hard for him to play the 1v1. He's very good at roaming, joining the team fight, which is exactly what he's looking to do. I would actually love to see Kickus play around the mid lane. Like, roam in mid, no flash on Syndra, go for a, you know, a pick with your ulti and get Cosq rolling. Even do it with flash up from Syndra, just force the flash and then return.
And I would be excited about that, but right now it looks like eyes have to stay on the top lane because Jesus is here as well. Waiting for the wave to get cleared out so we can sneak into the brush. Now, Hextech Ultimatum not too far off. Amazing, however, on the bottom side. Reckless will be left alone under this tower. See if the gamble is worth it for Fnatic.
We have seen this before from Fnatic, you know, where they try and bait a little bit with where Reckless is on the map, so they maybe think the 2v2 lane from Fnatic is just in the bottom lane, because they see the 80 carry, and then Jess is just on the other side of the map, trying to make a bit of a risky play that can cost him a lot, but also if it works, he gets another kill for his team and maybe a tower. So he's going for that high risk, high reward play. And they're sneaking into the second brush top lane right now. Mrs. Monkeys, they should know.
Hook shot, wall dive, move forward. The chain CC going to come in. Soaz still tanking the aggro, but can't reset with Hextech Ultimatum. Not going to need it, though. They move forward. Reckless smart enough to back off. They will get the tower, but it's going to be the trade back and the kill in favor of Fnatic.
Let's see if Mysterious Monkeys can push for more in the bottom lane. That tier 2 tower is looking open. Only Reckless there to defend. But the rest of Mysterious Monkeys, they're already pushing in. And Reckless steps forward to hit the minions. He might die.
Tempting fate a little bit here on the side of Reckless. Buster shot.
Sneaks in for 1 and 2.
Tower traded. Now tier 2 setting the sights. A second wave on the way. Looks like it will be the back off from Mysterious Monkeys. So let's continue to push forward. They look to back out there.
Very safe. Did not want to go for a dive with the Thresh being thrown into his face. They could actually force Reckless away. Could have used TP from Kickers as well if they wanted to really force that tower, but they played safe.
And that was one of the issues that we noted in game 1. Mysterious Monkeys having the tools to force and engage, but not being willing.
Oh, they're going right now, though.
Flash forward. That was clean from Dreams. That's going to mean Reckless is all but doomed to die now. Taken down. Yuki grabbing the kill.
They waited, they delayed, they showed, however, yes, we can actually do this, and they do manage to get the kill. They're looking towards the mid lane play now because Fnatic are trying to get the Rift held, but I think they should just go back and try and take this bot lane tier 2 tower.
Indivicio, the stats team, fed us a particularly fun stat in the time between kills here. This was the first time in 47 games that the Fnatic bot lane has given up first blood, and now Reckless has dropped again here in this early game. And may not mean too much, but that is a long streak of never getting first blooded, and so many of those games they get first blood as well. Bit of a turnaround here for Fnatic bot.
That's a lot of games. Now, bot lane tier 2 tower did manage to stay alive, but it should be fairly low after all the shenanigans. Actually, it's like 70% HP, so I guess not.
Shout out to the Observer team, making you look a little foolish there.
But it is lower than before. That's all I'll say.
Your analysis is top-notch, Official. I can see why you're a
you can't argue
World
with
Finals
me.
caster.
Can't argue with that point.
Tower is definitely lower. Can't take that away from you. Well, now we look. Next available objectives. Kickus on the back foot, very different from what he experienced in the last game.
Oh, it's going to be Soaz. He's the objective.
And if you hear Dreams right now, if you are in the audience, he's making the call. They know that they want to start the fight here, but they have to be careful. Soaz has the Hextech Ultimatum. He can look to get a little bit more, but Yuki is on the way, tries to block as much damage as he can. Where's the Rend? Pop, pop. Got him. Now moving forward, Amazing is hungry. Broxa is in trouble. Cleanse immediately comes up from Cosq. He just wants to keep going. Immediately cancels the ultimate. The ult from Amazing now closes the kill, and Mysterious Monkeys are making plays everywhere.
Yeah, Soaz went aggressive despite his bottom lane not even being nearby, and then suddenly he realizes, oh, Dreams and Yuki are top lane. Broxa then tries to go in and save Soaz in the end, and he also goes down. So 2 guys from Fnatic on the top lane playing too far forward. Yes, they do get a bot lane tower, but that was now more kills over to Mysterious Monkeys. They're getting the Rift held as well. They will get top tower.
Fnatic may have to contest this Rift held, but I don't think they're going to have the time. Control Ward is disabling it. Katarina pressuring out Caps to make sure that he cannot roam. Now Yuki and Dreams not quite as well equipped to take down those towers.
Takes forever, man.
When you're not Tristana, definitely does. Amazing.
Amazing needs to go top if they want to do something against Soaz, but Soaz is actually staying really far back, so they will get that tower eventually. Nice play again from Mysterious Monkeys. Actually, a lot of moves around the map in the early game, and Fnatic getting caught out a little bit.
And much more aggressive this time around, which is exactly what we wanted to see. And now Fnatic, I mean, when we look at it, a little bit lost here in the early game, have seen some good plays coming in, but the miscalculation on the bottom side, followed by that play on the top side, just potentially a little too eager to force these fights.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the minimap right now, obviously a lot of members were missing from the Mysterious Monkeys. They didn't know where the bot lane was going. They didn't know if they were going to go mid, bot lane, top lane. So Soaz jumping forward is just disrespecting where Mysterious Monkeys could be on the map. And it now cost them 2 kills, top lane and Rift Herald. So a lot invested right there from Mysterious Monkeys, but they also got a lot in return.
1,000 gold lead right now, but with the Rift Herald in the back pocket of Amazing, could very quickly turn to 2. They set that mid lane tower in their sights. Difficult against the Syndra, though, has some decent CC to stop the Rift Herald from doing what it wants.
And obviously Camille as a champion received many nerfs until now, the buffs recently on 7-12, but she still is a champion that really relies heavily on getting items. You can't just early game be a massive split pusher. You need to get, of course, your Trinity Force fully completed. You want to get your Hydra, and then you start really taking over the game on 2 items. That is what Source is waiting for. Until then, Mysterious Monkeys can keep forcing some plays. Koskyu is actually getting pretty strong, despite not being part of a lot of kills, just because he's not been shut down in lane. And that's always the thing about Katarina. If you do not shut her down early game, her damage is fantastic.
You can see the itemization working towards that Gunblade Hex Drinker as well. Going to be very hard for that Syndra to have an impact. Rift Herald now summoned in the mid lane, but there's 3 members strong of Fnatic here to try to interrupt this, and no creep wave.
Yeah, why did you summon it before the minions?
Because it does that much damage.
Yeah, but you could save it until minion, and never mind, whatever.
I agree, questionable. But they have now taken out 50%.
Tower is lower than before.
50% of the health for free. Once again, very observant on the tower health.
Yeah, see, Amazing, he agrees with me. He's like, yeah, I just want to get the tower down a little bit.
Well, maybe not respecting the wave clear of Caps, so not the ideal usage of Rift Herald, but could turn into a larger gold lead if they find the opportunity. Now, Koskyu has his sights set on Reckless. Buster Shot comes up. Dagger looking for the reset. Koskyu going to need to back off, but Amazing is on the way. Move forward. Target marked. Can't ult back to the fight. Is going to back off.
And this is the kind of game where Reckless's playstyle can really end up hurting Fnatic, because there is still a lot of engage on Mysterious Monkey's side, and you don't really fear the split pushing Tristana. So if he's sitting in side lanes trying to play the style, like with the cannon, Mysterious Monkey should be able to either engage on him 1v1 with something like Koskyu, or just again engage into mid lane against someone like Caps and get the kill and force Reckless to step away from the side lane. So there should be many openings for the Monkeys against this Tristana. Because obviously, again, if you saw Koskyu right now, if he goes forward, Reckless needs to shoot him away and jump away instantly. He cannot take the 1v1.
Absolutely cannot. Maybe he needs a few more items under his belt. Difficult spot.
It needs to be Kennen, you know, not Tristana.
Some decent
Dreams! What?
Oh, Fate's Call. Pulls him out. That's the power of the Callista Thresh. So it does just trade cooldown for cooldown in the end. And Reckless now just returns to the side lane. And we have to remember, you know, Mysterious Monkeys are playing on a clock to a certain degree. Tristana going to scale much better into the late game, so as in a similar state. So we want to see them make plays, not just because obviously it would be good for the team, but because they kind of have to. They need to.
Obviously, what they are looking to do, you got rank 2 ulti on Koskyu. Sadly, now that ulti from Yuki gone because Streams was playing a little bit over-aggressive near the tower, but you still have Kikis to fight and engage with. Koskyu wants to find Reckless in a 1v1, but the rest of Fnatic are around. It's going to be a bit like the last game where there's so many things to talk about in terms of the small movements on the map. When can you fight? When can't you fight? And us kind of talking about Mysterious Monkeys with the tools. Maybe not always the knowledge of when should we actually engage. How should we engage?
For now, very split up across the map. Not going to find an opportunity here as Fnatic looks to lay down a bit of vision, get control back over their jungle, a little bit over the river as well. Kind of keep Cap safe as he looks to push forward, but game has calmed down a pretty significant amount given the pretty breakneck pace we were at earlier. Neither team looking to get too aggressive now that we're essentially out of that early laning phase.
Well, we're kind of waiting for Koskyu to either get in a fight in a side lane or get in a team fight near an objective. He's hiding He's not actually hiding, he's killing the minions, but he wants to hide if he wants to kill Reckless. Stopped his recall right there, just as we talked about him. Sneaks into the brush. Now, can he pull a Reckless against Reckless?
I'm going to go with no, because he's about to get spotted on this ward.
He's...
Yep, there it is. Go, I mean, come on, man, go hit it.
To be fair, that blue train could actually be just outside the brush. They are a little bit buggy, where sometimes they don't show the vision in the brush and you don't see the ward unless you're actually standing on it. Didn't see if Fnatic actually spotted him, even with the vision toggle.
Amazing clearing out what vision he can, and really, Mysterious Monkey splitting up into a bit of a 1-3-1. Know that they have the pressure advantage on the bottom side, and Reckless for now left on his lonesome. Jesus here to back him up if needed, but only a level 7 Blitzcrank. Really only has that CC to offer. Not a lot of health or safety there.
But the thing for Mysterious Monkeys, you're looking for is to play like this.
Exhaust goes down, Chain CC comes in, you can just keep throwing out auto attacks. They're going to be able to take down Caps, no problem. Amazing runs in and grabs the kill. Now Soaz potentially in trouble. Kick is leaping forward. Just wants to get down a little bit of pressure. The rest of the team on the way. Soaz backs off.
So this is exactly what we talked about before here. How easy it is with Kalista, ulti, or with the Jarvan to like force a fight on Caps multiple times. This can happen. And it all starts with Coscu pushing the bottom lane, meaning Reckless and Jesus are sitting bot lane defending, and Caps is left alone. And this can keep happening over and over. This is the kind of game where Fnatic will be forced to try and actually play more as a team and win some of these team fights, because they should not be able to win the 1-3-1 split push for at least another 10 minutes. Like we can be waiting for Soaz to fully get 2 items and just dumpster kick us in that side lane. Until that happens, Fnatic will not win the 1-3-1.
And 2K Gold Lead's going to make it harder and harder, because while Caps is spending his time thinking of a Banshee's Veil, you got the Gunblade in the hands of Coscu. Caps need to be safe, but Reckless definitely not the case as we check this one out one more time.
I mean, it's good setup from Yuki, pulling in his support, throwing him in the face of Caps, and if Caps doesn't flash instantly, well then he will die 100%.
And unfortunately, even if he had flashed, Amazing was right there with ultimate as well, so bit of a tough spot to be in. Team not there to back him up, and really the bottom lane of Fnatic on the top side once again.
We do have to remember that Rek'Sai ulti doesn't really work as an engage tool like that. Like, you need to tag the guy first before you can use it. So it would have been like a super long range
Prey Seeker.
Prey Seeker that would have hit first, and then he would have ultied.
I know. I'm just saying, I feel like when he has to flash out and run through a funnel, I feel like it's pretty easy to...
I mean, I think it's fair he saved it, because Dreamsword just flashed flayed him and then killed him anyway. So Caps couldn't really do anything as soon as he got caught in the mid lane.
Scary thing is Fate's Call is up and available again. They may just be able to rinse and repeat that play in the mid lane.
But you can see
now
Fnatic grouping.
They're trying to find the pick. Dreams does get taken down. Fnatic once again in control. Instantly get aggressive into the mid lane. Yuki gets popped. No hesitation here on the engage. Katarina on the side. Jarvan looks to look forward, looks to get a little more. Where is the Death Lotus? Not going to come out quite yet. Coscu has to leave to safety. Amazing tries to get down the ult. Soaz goes under the tower. No hesitation. He wants another one. Coscu, can you dodge it? Look at it.
Kill him with the hook.
Leap back.
Kill him with the hook.
Footwork.
Ah! Probably on cooldown. Anyway, it didn't kill him. Fnatic, they decided to group mid lane. I really like that play from them. We mentioned how they couldn't win the 1-3-1 at the moment, so they just go mid as 5. They force a fight onto Mysterious Monkeys. They win the fight, get a ton of gold in return. Only one they didn't actually end up killing at the end was, well,
looking for the
Dreams and other guys.
There's the TP. Oh, hook shot, wall dive. No chance to push the buttons. Fnatic. They were at a deficit 2 seconds ago, and now they are at a lead.
Love it.
1K in their favor just about.
Great call from Fnatic, completely catching Mysterious Monkeys. Not expecting them to just run it down mid, basically, and actually engage. Look, see Dreams right here, playing super far forward. Not at all realizing that, oh, everyone from Fnatic is going to be here. No ulti from Yuki either. Maybe it was just out of range when it actually happened. And then even with Coscu jumping into the backline, like now, the rest of Fnatic can stay alive and actually go for the kills. Nice play from Soaz, and then Jesse's... Oh, he wanted so badly. God damn it, W change where you slow yourself. Why did we do that to Blitzcrank? Why is he slowing himself after the W?
We knew he was going to be meta. We pre-nerfed him. We're like, he's going to be too strong. Got to take him down a notch.
That was one of the saddest nerfs or changes ever when you played Blitzcrank in the start, before we actually buffed it again, I believe.
Yeah,
you would slow yourself so much. I'm like, oh my god, this W just sucked.
Like, please, slow down. Give me another 12 seconds. I'll chase you again. Well, Fnatic right back in control of this game, and it goes from Katarina being this terrifying threat to Katarina has to be very careful when she leaps in.
But again, this is again a mark of a team that's really understanding, okay, what is it the other team can do to win this game? And Fnatic realizes if we keep playing Reckless side lane only, we will not be able to control the map. So by running mid instead and taking that fight with the engage they have as well, from Blitzcrank, from Syndra, like you can make a play like this. And it's just a super good call from them that paid off. And suddenly you said 1,000 gold ahead, Soa's now completed Satanic Hydra. This was the spike we were talking about of when now this Camille can really start being a pain in the side lane.
And as you mentioned earlier, the Phantom Dancer comes out for Reckless, so clearly giving respect over to the damage potential on the side.
We got it right. We predicted the BD, man. There we go.
We looked at his pro builds.
Third item.
It was there.
Third item. What's it gonna be? Can you predict the third item?
Audience, can you predict Reckless's third item? Anyone? I heard it.
Someone mumbled.
Someone shouted. It's hard. It's a hard word to sync up on.
It is actually.
But
really
I appreciate that.
Give me an F. Give me an R. Give me an O.
Most of you got it. All right, so we're Frozen Mallet. Probably going to be next. And now you can see
a few golf claps for that one. Like, oh, look, you were really far behind.
We saw earlier that was the largest gold lead at 15. The Mysterious Monkeys had all split, and now Fnatic just instantly took it away from him.
Yeah, I actually believe the average goal lead for Mysterious Monkeys has been about 2,000 down at 20 minutes, so in a deficit every single time. So definitely, again, like, it's a much better Mysterious Monkeys we're watching. That still needs to iron out a few things, but we are seeing a much improved team. And this, again, is against one of the absolute best teams in Europe they're playing right now. This Mysterious Monkeys taking on some of the teams lower in the standings will suddenly look like Mysterious Monkeys can definitely really start pulling ahead. This game is not over yet by any means.
Amazing.
He's blind though, he can't see it.
That's not nice, Reckless. You
can't steal from him.
Yeah, can't steal from him. That's rude. I guess it means he was trying to steal from you, so I don't really know what the morality is there. Well, Baron now on the table. Could be the attention for either team as we approach the 25-minute mark. No Mountain Drakes, no Infernal Drakes, so still a difficult take to be sure, but Yuki is on the Callista. And that Rend much more powerful than a Smite if you get the time to stack up those spears.
I really want to see a GA come in from Soas, and then he can even join fights and just dive the back line with this Camille. He's going to be extremely strong. Jesse's looking for the hooks.
Oh, finds it onto Amazing. Amazing is going to take the Lantern out of the fight. Soaz on the side. Amazing just drags it back. Well.
He was on his way out. Reckless kicked him further out the door.
And when people want to praise Reckless, they'll be like, guys, remember that 5-man Buster shot? And if you haven't seen this game, you want to understand that it was not the right choice.
Well, let's see what they can do in the mid lane. Fnatic pushing down. Once again, when you play against Blitzcrank and you're trying to defend your towers, man, it's such a sucky feeling. Just one little hook, you die, your team flames you.
Yeah, but who's going to find the hook first officially? Dream's on the hunt here.
He wants it. He gets it. Oh. I was just prematurely setting it up.
A little quick on the trigger. It's okay. A lot of people have.
I thought he was going to get a Raps at least.
Stun goes in. Cap's throwing down a bit of poke damage to cause Q quick to get out. And now it's interesting how close these teams are when it comes to dancing around these exchanges. But
bottom lane.
We've seen this before. Wasn't that Kikis down there last game on the
now Soas with 2 levels above Kikis right now. Soas on this Camille with the 2-item spike.
Now has to be careful. Might take all the minute comes out. That's just the Death Lotus. Bye-bye Soaz. That's 1 member down. What does Fnatic get in return?
The Monkeys here might actually try and go straight for Baron with the Callista, because it is a 4v5. There's 40 seconds on Soaz. They definitely could go in and try and start it. Amazing sits with armor items. He can tank it. Go, go, go. Get in there.
Now going to start it up. Auto attacks coming in. Yuki just needs to stack up enough spears to beat out the level 13 Smite of Broxa. Has to stay in the pit, though, if he wants to be in range.
Fnatic are just recalling. They're all just going back to base.
300 gold for each member means the gold's going to be just about dead even at the end of this Baron play. Well,
not even trying to fight it on the side of Fnatic. Good call from Mysterious Monkeys.
And really just well executed in the end. Soaz a little too eager to make the play happen. Fnatic going to get their nice blue consolation prize, but now have to face down a Baron.
All right, again, Mysterious Monkeys really showing something here. Now Fnatic, there's something we see a lot in Europe actually. Teams when they lose Baron, The enemy team expects him to just recall and sit back in base and kind of wait for you to come and take all their stuff. But teams then sneak into the enemy jungle. They try and hide, set up a little Fnatic death brush, see if they can get one kill maybe against a Baron buffed person. But this time around, Kikis did not venture into the jungle. He stayed in the bottom lane. So Fnatic losing that Baron right now. And while we did talk about the late game of Reckless,
he's not there.
He's not there, and you have to remember, Katarina's late game, like, one fight where you make a mistake against her, and she often will win you the late game team fight.
And we look at it really, Blitzcrank, the only 100% reliable way to stop the Death Lotus from happening if she's in the AoE. Instant cast time, no real opportunity to react. Silence could be crucial there. But even then, silencing her for half a second will not stop the dagger resets, will not stop the ability to lead through a fight unscathed.
And I have to stop you there, Drakers, because I look at Reckless items right now, and I do not see a Frozen Mallet coming in third.
Did you look up the Frozen Mallet build path to see if it's built out of BF Sword?
I just need to be 100% sure before I make this point. It's an IH on the way from Reckless. He's building more for the team fighting and less for the split pushing, knowing that this is going to be a game for team fighting.
This is the first time in a long time that we've seen him not have a lead around the 30-minute mark. A lot of damage comes in from Caps, though. Fnatic doing a good job holding onto their base, and Reckless forced into a bit of a different path here. Very different role on the team. Not everybody has the necessary damage, so he's going to have to be the traditional late-game hyper carry. Not something we always expect from him, but decent change.
Obviously, again, he can't really do anything as a split pusher in this game. And to be fair, we have actually seen this once from him before against Misfits in week 1, where he also decided to skip the Frozen Mallet. So it is not as special as we make it, but so as he's angry. You can't do that. What? You can't do that.
Man, that's awkward.
That's a no-no.
Down goes CosQ. Solid pick comes in from the team. Lantern does not work. Camille pick is paying off for Fnatic.
I mean, I love how, you know, everyone from Fnatic are just kind of waiting right now for Source to make a massive play, and he's doing it. Like,
just continues to hit people left and right. Takes out CosQ, the major damage threat for the team. The Baron buff, not even an issue for Fnatic. They should be on the back foot right now, but they're unconcerned. Bye-bye Dreams.
Bye-bye his HP.
He's barely able to live. Now leap forward. Kick is stunned up under tower. Gargoyle Stoneplate going to keep him healthy. Is going to let him get out to safety. Yuki has to QSS out.
Oh, Source angry again.
Soaz not going to tank the hook. He's going to tank the tower, however, not going to be a problem. Fnatic look to break the inhibitor. I thought this was a dead even game, but all it takes is one pick, and Fnatic right back in control, right back with the momentum in their favor and dominating.
We have to find out why CosQ was standing there on the side, because Soaz saw it right in front of him, instantly just engage onto him, and then you can't Lantern out. So Dreams is walking out. CosQ thinks he's safe with his support, but you can see how Mysterious Monkeys are actually really far forward with just a few of their players. Dreams as well, almost getting caught by Caps, and yeah, once you get caught by that ulti from Camille, you cannot Lantern out.
Just awkward when you click the Lantern, it tries to pull you out, you get thrown right back in the middle, and you realize you've stunned yourself for a second for absolutely no reason. But of course, pretty much doomed to die the second that ultimate came down from Soaz, and with a Gargoyle Stoneplate, Titanic Hydra, there's a lot of people that CosQ is a threat to, but not realistically Soaz.
And suddenly, despite having a Baron buff on Mysterious Monkeys, it's Fnatic getting the inhib. Baron power play coming in, negative 969 gold. Quite far away from the ELCS average of 4,000.
To be fair, most teams in a much more commanding position when they take Baron, although an opportunity found on the side of Mysterious Monkeys, still well executed to get the Baron, but a single pick really turning it against them, and we've been praising CosQ to a certain degree, has found a lot of opportunities to force fights, but really only 2. Has died twice now as well, not really working.
And a mistake like that one before, it's been happening too often for CosQ, where he's just not respecting what the other team can do against him. Let's see what happens here, though.
Flash forward, Caps could be in trouble. Kickus goes in as well, but does get interrupted. Nice play coming in from Caps. He's going to walk away. They're trying to get something. Jezza sidesteps the hook. Slow comes out as well. CosQ moves forward, but he's instantly exhausted. Instantly CC'd on the cleanse.
Hook into tower.
Dagger comes in. Mysterious Monkeys, what are you doing? Amazing. Goes down. What a turnaround from Fnatic, and here comes Soaz. He wants to start the fight off. Fate's Call goes in. Kikkus is the one trapped in the cage, however. Soaz still alive. Maybe not for much longer, though, because Yuki is dishing out so much damage to the backside. Yuki is untouched. He continues to hit everything in his path. That's the double. He's looking for the triple. Does he have the flash? Not going to get it. This Callista is popping off. Gonna have to turn back, but a surprisingly even fight. Now the stun comes in. The QSS immediately out. A very even fight for both sides.
Yeah, in the end, 2 for 2 right now. The engage from Mysterious Monkeys, almost everything went wrong for them. They ended up diving under the tower and losing Amazing instantly as well. But then that turnaround where you gotta focus the Katarina, but you also gotta focus the Kalista. Broxah is finding Kikis right now.
Elise very good at executing the low health targets. Don't think Kikis can get out of this one. Hands on his head, that has to be frustrating.
Yeah, that's such an unexpected play. Like the enemy jungler on 40% HP just randomly runs straight towards the bottom lane. Obviously, Broxah expecting to find Kikis nearby. So let's see it engage again. Onto Cass with no flash. Good interrupt onto Kikis' engage here, and then good sidestep from Jessis. And at this point here, Dreams just screaming go, 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 very clearly using every ability and not actually getting anything from it. And Amazing as well, just buying into the hype. Jumping over the wall all alone. So it's a one fight so far from Fnatic, but now they actually can't get in time to get onto all the carries, because you can see all the damages on Koshko and Kikis. And Yuki just sitting there, auto-attacking away, getting 1 kill, getting 2 kills. In the end, Koshko will go down and it becomes that 2 for 2 trade. Caps was on the other side of the wall as well, couldn't really enter the fight.
Ults right into the Gargoyle Stone Plate from Kikis, so just not able to have the impact he wants. QSS gonna save Yuki in the end, but you can see how crucial the AD carry is there for the side of Mysterious Monkeys. Caps does a lot of damage, but unfortunately when you ult the tank, it may make the numbers look good, but it does not make the kills come in quickly.
And Yuki's sitting on 4 fully completed items here, 33 minutes in, 4 kills on this Kalista, and he's a guy we talked about before, kind of praised quite a bit for his team fighting in the late game. A lot of it was on Twitch for the Mysterious Monkeys, but he's had some good moments during the LCS, despite not picking up a win, where he's been able to carry late game fights. It's one of the things we can look for again. Oh, engage onto Amazing.
Amazing in trouble, cannot take the Lantern, have to be careful, pulled back out, but can't leave the cage even if Jessis wants to pull him out. So as now Knocked Up has the GA, they're moving forward to look at the takedown. Jessis, the Katarina is spinning, and she's looking to find the win. KozQ now hungry for a little bit more, throws in the dagger, all comes out from Syndra, he's still alive. Amazing finds the Knock Up, it goes forward, that's the fight for Misfits. Baron is up, are they gonna rush it?
Well, suddenly it's Fnatic engaging in onto Mysterious Monkeys and using a lot of cooldowns on nothing. Amazing using his ulti defensively. And suddenly this Baron is going to go down. Second Baron going over to the Mysterious Monkeys in this game.
Fnatic going to try to get something back. Next dragon is Elder, but it's not live yet. Now moving on to the bottom side of the map, they see an exposed inhibitor and they want it, but the Baron-empowered recalls are going to make this one difficult. The second this one goes down, Kalista going to be very close, just picks it up with the Ren Smite action. And now nothing, Fnatic, yeah, I don't think they can get anything here.
No, nothing they can get. No Drake alive. Would have been Elder Drake as well, so would obviously been huge, but I don't think Mysterious Monkeys would have allowed Fnatic to take that one down. Inhib was already dead in the mid lane. It's now respawned just as Fnatic had to step away. The mid Inhib actually respawns. Means now Mysterious Monkeys in a very good spot again, but we've seen these fights so back and forth. The Baron buff itself will not really assist you there, only in terms of your push. Let's see what happens here. So it's an engage onto Amazing, but also gotta remember, you can't pull him out of it either. So like this hook from Jessis, he's not going to do a lot, and just the defensive ulti from Amazing, and now a lot of things have been invested. Trying to kill the Rek'Sai, and everyone from Mysterious Monkeys can just kind of jump onto Jessis. And then Caps right after. Once he gets slowed down, he's not getting out of this one.
And realistically, you can only lock up one target if you start off, if you look for that pick and it goes backwards. This is a lot of the similar action that we saw, honestly, the failings from Mysterious Monkeys, where they were the ones getting caught out and then trying to fight afterwards. Fnatic try to force the fight, but they burn too many cooldowns. They aren't able to find the pick, and then Mysterious Monkeys are able to turn it. Very different from what we saw in game 1.
Once again, you're looking at KozQ, you're looking at Yuki in these fights here. Like, don't get fooled by this 1-3-5 score on a Katarina. Her damage, if she gets onto the backline of Fnatic, is still massive.
There's a tower in the way. Kikis is off to the side. Dreams is shouting his head off. We have to expect a fight to come. They pull an Amazing. That's not who they want. He's going to try to make it out on the Lantern. Kikis leaps forward, but that's bad news. Amazing taken down, but Kozq's on the backside. Pulled right back in, but he goes golden. Buys a moment of time, but does get taken down in the end. Now the rest of the Mysterious Monkeys are going to have to back off. They have to be careful. Out comes the tack sweep. Jessis running forward. He's looking for a kill. He's going to try to pull it out, but it's pulled right back in. Nice body block comes in for Dreams. Now it's the Kalista Thresh against the world. What can they get back? First they find the kill onto Jessis. Now they're trying to find the kill onto Soa. The Caps is off to the side. Reckless is hightailing it out of there because he's too low, and it's Yuki left against 3 as Fnatic find a fight that very well could let them close the game.
Man, the Mysterious Monkeys, they are so close and yet so far away from actually winning this game. Whenever they get an advantage,
Soaz leaps in and leaps right back out. Has to be careful. Has to wait for Caps. Force of Will comes over. Where's the scatter of the weak? He wants the stun. Hookshot wall dive, leaves forward, tries to sidestep, but that means shut down onto Yuki.
And once again, Mysterious Monkeys with their Baron buff, losing a fight, losing their base now. Brock's already taken one inhib. Bot lane inhib is open. Reckless on the way with minions. Rest of Fnatic coming from top side. Only Amazing alive at the moment. Cosq 2 seconds from spawning. Will come out and try and stop Fnatic's push here, but Brock's already got everything he needed. 2 inhibs gone. All started with a hook from Jessis. Amazing actually tanked it from Cosq, who got stunned by a long-range knockback from Caps. Look at this here. Caps with 3 balls, 1 hitting onto Katarina. So Amazing actually ends up tanking the hook for his carry. And then after Amazing dies, then Cosq says, you know what, boys? I'm going to go all in, despite the tower still being there. And that's just a lost fight from the get-go. You can lose Amazing and still step away and not lose anything else. But they end up actually now dying multiple members.
Good step forward from Dreams to save his life, but when we look back at this Deficio, I feel like this is just some coordination issues on the side of Mysterious Monkeys. Cosq goes in without his team, and we can argue whether or not it's the right choice, but if no one follows you, it is always the wrong choice to go in like that. And it really counts against them. Still 4K damage comes out from the Katarina all-in. No surprise the Rek'Sai doesn't do much.
All right, 2 inhibs gone. Mysterious Monkeys need to make sure they don't get pushed in mid and bot lane. Elder Drake, 40 seconds, might be the next big objective the teams are going to fight over. You obviously can't afford losing another fight as the Monkeys, seeing as your base is wide open.
Vision over the wall, hook does not connect. Tactical sweep, not going to force a fight. Mysterious Monkeys have to be careful, not giving enough respect over to this Blitzcrank. Jez's hooks have started the fights in the favor of Fnatic, and they need to be careful.
Caps are feeling very confident with their Banshee, just constantly trying to land another stun. Second Baron power play from Mysterious Monkeys.
And it's even worse!
They're going to ruin the average here. They're going to pull that average pretty far down.
A little bit here.
See, oh, they get the Banshees this time, Caps.
Forward, where's the hook? Not gonna connect on the Caps, but the knockup does. Can't dodge all the CC, but it's Soaz on the backside. Who's he gonna go for? Looking for Yuki, but Yuki has so much life steal. Soaz does not have the damage to pick him up. This was the wrong choice from Fnatic. Look at the spears in Soaz. That's the death sentence. Rips him out, and down he goes, but can they find the follow-up? Jesus, can he find the opportunity to turn it? They're not gonna see it. Soaz goes down. This could be the Elder Drake. Fnatic have to be careful. Kick is pulled over the wall. Damage now coming out. Gargoyle Stoneplate. He looks to keep the fight going. Out comes the Cataclysm. Where is the rest of the Mysterious Monkeys? They're just going to back off.
Look at the bottom lane. Big minion wave from Fnatic coming towards the turret as well. Cosq ended up dying very early in that fight, just like Caps. And suddenly Fnatic, in the end, managed to get it 2 for 2. And they know Mysterious Monkeys have to go back and kill this minion wave. Elder Drake started this. It's still a bit risky from Fnatic because you have Thresh and Rek'Sai.
Amazing is here. Around. Dead even in levels.
Actually, this is safe. What am I talking about? Oh, reset. God damn it, Drake.
He's impatient, man. Gotta back off. Amazing. Going over the wall. Where's the steal? Where's the steal? Where's the steal? Can he find it? Lower, lower, lower. No! Broxah gonna take it away. Down goes Amazing. Fnatic with the triple stack Elder Dragon.
Ooh, when these fights, Drakers, they're so close. Like, Caps lost his Banshees and suddenly found himself way too far forward. Ended up going down, but because Cosq, it's kind of high-fived Caps on the way, jumping towards the backline of Fnatic. He ended up dying and he didn't even get to use his Hourglass. I think because Reckless actually shot it back. So, engage onto Caps, and then look at Cosq right now on Katarina. Jumps the backline, knock up into a knockback from Reckless. That's why Katarina couldn't use Hourglass. So very well played by Fnatic's backline right there. And then Kikis with the rest of Mysterious Monkeys were going for something, but ended up dying anyway. So let's see what happens in mid lane.
Looks like Amazing still dead. Not a whole lot else has happened. A lot of damage still coming in. Kikis as well doing a lot here, hitting multiple members with the Cataclysm. Cosq, though, the man we have to keep our eyes on, did burn Flash, it looks like, in that last exchange.
Yeah, obviously must have been Jess is just diving towards him, and then he had to flash away. Let's see what happens bottom lane. Soaz, he's all alone right now.
Knocked back, Amazing coming in. There's no objective on the top side, so I was just looking for the 2v1. Rek'Sai ultimate comes in, decent damage, but it's the execute. So it doesn't do too much to the half-health Camille. However, gets the ultimate out, traded back and forth.
The Monkeys, they know they can't really chase this Camille. She's too mobile. Baron is alive against the Elder Drake of Fnatic, meaning Mysterious Monkeys probably can't really contest this. They will lose the following fight if they do, so they have to surrender the Baron buff and just kind of try and farm these super waves. It's been a game where it's once again been actually very close, and the Monkeys have had so many openings, so many opportunities, but they've just not been able to execute, also due to Fnatic just playing better in some of these fights.
Yeah, and I fear for Mysterious Monkeys fans out there that this may be the final nail in the coffin.
We still got the Mallet, by the
gold
way.
lead. Mallet comes in. Looks like it might have been the 6th item? It's later. It wasn't 3rd item. That's all that matters. The meme is dead. Now, however, Mysterious Monkeys, it's going to come down to one final fight. Baron buff, Elder Dragon, is it enough to carry Fnatic through? I think it might be, but there's still the potential. You have to respect the Katarina.
You know it's going to be just one crazy engage from the Monkeys to try and get back in this game. Otherwise, there's just too many structures going down. Camps once again trying to move at long range. Oh,
goes Golden on the ultimate. That's a good start to the fight. Reckless potentially in trouble, but Amazing is knocked up before they get the fight going. Cosq off to the side. Soaz is trying to get somebody, but they can't find the engage. Kikis is trying to come in as well, but Caps has already got one. Reckless has got one as well. This fight is turning against the Monkeys quickly, and short of some crazy action, it's just not going to happen. Triple for Caps. He locks all 5 in the Cataclysm, but Kikis, it is not enough. Fnatic are just too hard to take down.
They've been winning some fights lately, and now they're also pushing down for the Nexus turrets.
And it doesn't matter at the end of the day, folks. That's gonna be it. Mysterious Monkeys, no match for the snowballing Fnatic.
43 minutes, though. A new Mysterious Monkeys with Kikis and Amazing. Definitely performing much better than what we've seen in the last few weeks. But Fnatic, in the end, they show why they are one of the top teams in Europe. They take some of these fights, actually manage to win them despite being down, no Baron buff, everything. And they also understood early on in the game, we have to remember that. They're like, hey guys, we're not winning the 1-3-1. We should not go Frozen Mallet early on Tristana, because that's not how we got to win this game.
That's the only indication we have that Fnatic are not winning the game is when Reckless does not immediately buy 3rd item Frozen Mallet.
Listen, they understood. We're not going to try and 1-3-1 against Katarina. We need to just make a play in the mid lane. That's what they did. That's how they got the first Baron. Rush down mid. Did they get a Baron? I don't actually remember.
No, you remember Mysterious Monkeys got the first Baron. They make the pick on Soaz on the bottom side.
Yeah. I meant the mid tower, obviously.
There you go.
You guys just misheard. You can just rewind and we can change it to mid tower.
And it was such an interesting game too, because it was very back and forth in both circumstances. But at the end of the day, Fnatic continue to prove that they are a top team. Although I do like the progression we are seeing from the Mysterious Monkeys. Not an all-star showing their first game, but improvement nonetheless. And for really what is only a week of practice and changing the rosters, it is a much better look for the team overall. Well, Fnatic secured the win against Mysterious Monkeys. Let's leave it to the analyst desk to wrap up that series.
Thank you very much, Dracos. And I'm going to use one of Henning's favorite terms, rather. It's a happy loss. They won't be too sad about that loss for the Mysterious Monkeys. I think in this case it might actually be true because they played quite well, but it's never fun to lose. But there were some interesting things again. A risky draft, so with the Blitzcrank and a Tristana from the side of Fnatic. And you were saying you thought there were a lot of calculated risks in Mysterious Monkeys comp. Why is that?
Yeah, risky drafts from both teams. I think that one of my big pet peeves is not picking wave clear. I mean, there are so many good wave clear champions in the metagame in like a lot of roles, but instead Mysterious Monkeys goes with a team comp without reliable wave clear.
So who would you have replaced, or which role would you have replaced with what for more wave clear?
Usually I want the mid laner to bring some safe wave clear. We know Katarina is like a Cosq special.
Yeah.
So then you have to bring something like maybe like a Caitlyn from the bottom lane that can clear the waves, maybe a Gragas in the top lane, or even from the jungle can do some of that. I think though that drafting a comp without wave clear, if there's an opponent that you're going to do it against, it's going to be Fnatic. Because Fnatic, you know that's not a team that's going to be setting up these big pushes and, you know, ward the sides, take it slow and just try to push down the tower. They're more of a brawler team. So I think it's like if there's a team you want to do it against, it's Fnatic.
I think Mysterious Monkeys end up in a bit of an awkward situation because, you know, you have to draft for bottom lane, you have to pick up the Kalista, so you can't necessarily go towards any mid lane pick there. One other thing is they're like, oh, well, let's just risk everything on all-in fights, hope they don't get Rift Herald, and hopefully the wave clear issue won't be too much of a problem. But I didn't mind the Mysterious Monkeys draft. I think it was the right kind of thing in the game too, where you're like, let's just try and carry and snowball this game out.
Well, just as a question, if Fnatic, I know they like to brawl, but they also do like to put a lot of pressure on the side lanes and have Reckless off in it. So wouldn't it be better just to have someone who can go up there and clear it in one so you don't have to worry about that wave for a second? Or
I think the problem with that specifically against Fnatic is they have a very clear same play they do every single game. As soon as somebody like a Victor or somebody comes into that side lane that's easily gankable, oh, in comes Soaz, in come Reckless. There's always two of them. It's never just the one. So you are right. That is typically what you'd want to do. But Fnatic are a team that punishes that very well at the same time.
Yeah, great point. And you were mentioning that Mysterious Monkeys still did do things in this game. And it started in the early game, which they made moves, they did something, and they seemed alive.
Yeah, this early gameplay, it comes from Fnatic actually being the aggressors here, but you can see that the way Mysterious Monkeys can actually react to that is what's impressive here, because for a long time, Dreams and Yuki hold their own, put the damage down onto Reckless, and that kind of spurns him from the rest of the fight. He turns back away from the fight. Jez's was still going forward, and it's an easy first blood. But again, Mysterious Monkeys continue presence down into the bottom lane. And I like this. Great flay out from Dreams, stopping Reckless in its tracks. And from there, this Tristana pick doesn't quite have the same bite for Reckless. It took a little longer for him to get into the game.
Yeah, it did. In the end, Yuki did have a good performance on Kalista. The whole team had a good performance. But as you say, Fnatic has their strengths, and they are good at brawling. They are good at team fighting. And is that what, again, pushed it over the edge for them?
I think it was more that they were able to find the pick so reliably. Jessis on the Blitzcrank did it really well with the hooks coming out several times. Also had Broxa on the Elise. I mean, 4 out of 5 members on Fnatic could see someone from like a screen away in this game. So they definitely had the tools to set up the picks, and they were able to do so multiple times. And that's
let's take a look at one of those. Actually, in the mid lane, Fnatic get a couple of kills, and the turret in the end. And as you say, they have a lot of means to set up a pick.
Yeah, a lot of means to get these picks going. You saw Caps already land 1 stun on this. In comes Soaz from an entry point you wouldn't really expect with Yuki and Kikis still around there, and then Fnatic kind of crushed through the rest of the towers. Here's where perhaps having a little more wave clear for the tail end of this play might help, but at the same time, Fnatic, they've already got so many kills to start this off that it's hard to stop this train when it starts rolling through the mid lane. And unlucky Jezis with the slowdown on Blitzcrank. Cosq just outplaying him a little bit on that one. Jezis wasn't really too fussed.
He wasn't too fussed. If we look at the series as a whole, I said it after game 1 as well. I feel like this was a stronger performance than H2K was able to put up. And I'm not saying that because I want to flame H2K, but I'm saying that because H2K was regarded a much better team and obviously had a serious off day. But for the Mysterious Monkeys to be able to put some weight in the scale against Fnatic, that is hopeful, and that makes it kind of a happy loss if we put out all factors together. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so, and I think you can double down on that statement in about 2 hours' time after H2K are done with Ninjas in Pajamas. Because I don't think Ninjas in Pajamas will do to the team that Fnatic just handily swept aside that what Mysterious Monkeys did just now.
Yeah, and Henning, you're also saying if I was Vitality or NIP, after seeing this Mysterious Monkeys, I'd be a bit more scared to go up against them.
Yeah, for sure. They had these great early games in both of the games. They showed they had good laners, both bottom and in mid lane. They were just able to win the lanes against Fnatic, who relies on the winning lane. So really impressed by the Mysterious Monkeys, and I'm really looking forward to see them go up against the other bottom teams, because that's where I think that Amazing and Kikis can really shine.
Yeah, we do have an interview waiting as well, but I do have to announce also the player of the series, which is Soaz, which, well, I can get behind that. I think we voted for, respectively, Broxa and Caps, so I feel like the Fisho and Dracos had some different ideas, but I can get behind that as well.
Again, so many of the Fnatic players stepping up. Soaz had to deal with a couple of unorthodox lanes.
Yeah.
Seemed to perform
Had that
quite
good
well.
outplay on Camille, so not going to argue with that. Fnatic, they took their second win of the weekend from War. Pyra is sitting down with their jungler, with the guns.
Thank you very much, Shox. And yeah, I'm joined by Broxa. Congratulations on your 2-0 today. But it feels a little bittersweet, doesn't it? You had to go up against your old teammate. How was it facing up against Kikis?
It felt pretty weird going up against Kikis, actually. Like, I haven't played for too long, so it was the first time I played against like a previous teammate that I was even really close to. And you know, after the game, looking at him, seeing that he's a bit sad, it hurt a bit, but I mean, what can you do?
I suppose so. I mean, at least the way the Monkeys are playing, we might start seeing them pick up those Ws. On the other hand, you also had to go up against Amazing, the jungler you actually replaced on this roster. Did you feel an increased pressure going up against him today than against other junglers?
I don't think I felt more pressure than I do normally. But it felt different since it's one of the junglers I've played against the most, since we played each other so many times during last split. So I think it was more about mind games, like after playing each other so much, we kind of know how the other one is thinking. So I knew what I had to be scared of, and I played a little bit more passive than usually.
Well, fair enough. And he did bring out some of his more signature champions, but some of those are coming more back into the meta. The Rek'Sai especially, we're seeing a lot of other champions like Warwick rise to prominence. What are your thoughts on all these increased jungle pool champions available?
I think it's good that they're slowly coming more junglers into play. Before, there wasn't that many to choose between, but now it looks like it's getting a bit more open and there's slowly more junglers rising, if you can put it that way. And I surely don't mind that. It just makes it a bit more fun.
Yeah, more interesting. Here's a little one to see if you can tell me. Hopefully Fnatic doesn't get too mad at me. You prepping one of those, like something that nobody knows about yet?
Not gonna comment on that one.
Damn, I tried. Okay, well, thank you very much. So you took out Mysterious Monkeys. You manhandled H2K earlier in the week. Are there any teams in the other group that are kind of scaring you right now? Any team? You're gonna have to face off against Splice next week. Like, is there somebody you think is gonna pose a big challenge?
I think both Splice and Unicorns are gonna be really big challenges. I believe we're playing Splice next week, and we're surely gonna prepare really well for them because we know it's gonna be an important match and that they're gonna play well. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, big on the up and up. All right, well, last one for you then, Broxa. Overall in the league, the way things are looking with all the standings, teams stepping up for the most part, how do you see Europe competing, especially with Rift Rivals just around the corner on the world stage?
I'm not entirely sure how we stand compared to NA. I know there's been a lot of memes and jokes about it, and I think we'll do completely fine. But to be fair, I'm not sure which region is best. I'm just looking forward to playing, all the NA teams and see how they play the game differently.
Well, looking forward to seeing it. And thank you very much, Broxa. Congratulations one more time on the win.
Thanks.
All right, guys, that's going to be it for us here. But don't go anywhere. When we return, H2K take on Ninjas in Pajamas. Be right back.